You got the touch, dun 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 dun. You got the power, yeah! Hey everyone, Metagross Freak here, taking a look at a video I've been wanting to do for about 2 months. It's Power of the Primes, Leader Class, Evolution, Optimus Prime. The reason it took me so long to get this figure is the one figure I was actually able to find on shelves was missing the guns. And I couldn't find any other copies of this figure during Wave 1. I found plenty of Rodimus Primes, and I reviewed Rodimus Prime, but I was never able to find a single other Optimus. And I was really hoping that with Wave 2 having both Rodimus Unicronus and a re-release of Optimus Prime, I'd be able to find him. And I never found another Optimus, or even a single Rodimus Unicronus. So, after months and months and months of checking my local stores again and again and again and again, I finally caved and bought this figure online. This is a Leader Class Optimus that actually transforms from Orion Pax into Optimus. Orion Pax forms the chest and head of Optimus. His trailer turns into, as you can see, the body here, and then it simply just plugs in to be Optimus Prime. So literally, you can, if you want, and because of the way the transformation works, Hot Rod and Rodimus couldn't do this, but because of the way the Orion Pax figure works, you could theoretically give the Orion Pax figure an Optimus Prime head, or give Optimus Prime an Orion Pax head. The quick bio says, when the humble Orion Pax becomes the bearer of the matrix of leadership, he evolves to become the noble leader, Optimus Prime. Here we have some Orion Pax artwork. Optimus Prime artwork. Let's get into it. Here is my Optimus Prime in his robot mode. I say my specific Optimus Prime because the quality of your figure may vary from your box to box. Now, my particular figure has a lot of stiff joints, especially in the elbows and hips, and some weaker joints in the ankles, which make him a little prone to falling over. Quality control-wise, for a Leader Class figure, this is a little disappointing, but we had a similar issue with Rodimus. I'm wondering if it's maybe just an issue with how these Leader Evolution figures are designed. In addition to his ion rifle, which can split into 2 guns, as I'll show in a minute, we also have the Matrix of Leadership, which can be put here in Optimus's chest, and we also have the card. Now, my particular card is Quintus Prime. Yours, however, may be a completely different Prime. Optimus Quintus. He imparts great wisdom to new life. It's a very Optimus thing to do. Optimus's chest panels can open up, albeit getting it in, getting the matrix in this mode is not easy. The easiest way I've seen to do this is to remove the Orion Pax core. I'm just going to move Optimus over to the side, his torso that is, and I actually ended up kind of unmangling the Orion Pax body. Let me just kind of get this back into shape. But we can see we've got the window chest. This can open up to reveal, surprise, surprise, yet another window chest. This is, of course, the vehicle front. And then, by opening this up, we can see Orion Pax's head, but it also gives us access to put in the Prime core. So despite the instructions showing that this is upside down, I was only able, showing it right side up, excuse me, I was only able to get it in upside down. Then we just fold up the windows, and we fold up the other windows. I don't really know why they have 2 sets of windows, but I guess it's just to push it forward just a little bit more for him. There's a little latch on the back, this little blue switch. You can see that when I pull this down, it kind of, when it's up, it allows it to lock in the little tab piece on the underside of the Orion Pax body. So I can essentially just go like that to plug him in. It's a really nice looking Optimus. I think he definitely has that big bad boss feel. If I move him over, we can compare him to some of the other leaders I've reviewed recently. Here he is with the first leader class figure I reviewed, Titans Return Soundwave. You can see they scale well. Here he is with Studio Series Grimlock. You can see they're about the same size, which Optimus should be a little smaller than Grimlock in my opinion, but not bad. They scale well considering they're both leader classes. Of course, here he is with Rodimus Prime. You can see how they scale, roughly the same size, though Optimus, in my opinion, looks far more heroic. My next largest Optimus here he is with the Last Knight Voyager Optimus. And kind of like always, I'd rather have this than this. This is Optimus. This is a cosplayer. In case you're wondering, Orion Pax with the Optimus Prime head looks weird. With the Orion Pax head, it folds properly, so it may just be a way that the Orion Pax head was folded into the torso. But yeah, here he is next to, of course, his Prime armor, technically. Orion Pax, his head sculpt is kind of cool. It's very G1 accurate. I'm not a big fan of having the two halves of the ion rifle like that. I'd prefer leaving this piece off and just having him hold this little blaster. Here he is next to the Last Knight Optimus. You can see he's a little smaller than a Voyager. He's either like a large deluxe small Voyager, and again with Cyber Battalion Shockwave, you can see he's just a little smaller than a Voyager. So probably just like a really big deluxe class size. When you think Optimus Prime, this is what you probably think about. Some kind of a truck cab with the cab over the engine. And I'll admit this isn't the best truck cab, especially since it has visible arms syndrome as well as two visible head syndromes. But it does give us easy access to the Matrix, which is kind of cool. And of course you can switch out the core here with any Prime Master Core. I'm not going to show that just because I've probably shown that like with every Power of the Primes video I've done. Here's Orion Pax next to Power of the Primes Jazz. See, he scales roughly to a little bit larger than a deluxe class. Here he is with the Last Knight Optimus, definitely smaller than a Voyager. And lastly with Studio Series Starscream. Thankfully, this isn't the entire robot though, or the entire vehicle. We actually have his entire trailer. Yep, that's right. Just like I mentioned before, the entire body turns into a trailer that plugs in like so. Doesn't plug in very securely, but it does plug in. So Optimus can do the old doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yes, I'm stealing that joke from Thew. And I also kind of like it because of the way the cannon, or his ion cannon, is mounted. He technically has a cannon right here at the top of his vehicle mode to shoot while he's driving around. That's kind of cool. I do wish it hid the arms a little better, but yeah, this is a pretty nice trailer. It does a great job of flipping out a lot of little panels to hide the Optimus-y bits. I just wish that the connection between the Orion Pax and the Optimus trailer was a little more secure, because he literally it's just a friction hinge, basically. Not even friction, it's sitting there inside a loop and it doesn't really stay. And then here we have Optimus compared, once again, to Starscream. So he's definitely bigger than Starscream. With Jazz. And with the Last Knight Optimus. Yeah, so obviously this is more of a deluxe class Orion Pax, or a fairly large deluxe class that plugs into a panel-heavy Voyager-sized shell to become a leader class figure. I like this. This is a really cool looking vehicle mode. I think it really exudes Optimus despite the fact that it has visible arms and shoulder syndrome. This is a really neat figure, and if you're able to find it for yourself, I'd recommend picking it up. He's got some good posability, except for my issue with the ankles. He's got just wonderful robot modes. Doesn't matter if you have the Optimus Prime mode or if you have him in his Orion Pax mode. And the vehicle is really cool too, with actually kind of a fun and fairly intuitive transformation. Anyway, I've been Metagross Freak. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you, or hearing your comments that is, in the next video. See you around.